with former World Footballer of the Year Rivaldo and their new coach Zico next up for your club in the ACL. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a tough game, and you know, we've got to stop Rivaldo, and there's another striker, Chilean. He's scored a few goals as well. So them two look dangerous, and you know, they're going to be a tough team. They didn't make the semis just playing ordinary football. So yeah, we got to play at our best, and hopefully we get a result.
Have you started studying the videos yet of Rivaldo's free kicks and the way he scores his goals?
No, we haven't. We haven't discussed it. We just qualified, and 3 days later we had another game. So we're trying to focus back on the A-League. But definitely, yeah, in the next week or two, we'll definitely be watching videos of.
Well, you especially, I meant Eugene, having to protect your goal against his free kicks.
Yeah, you know, I haven't, not as yet, but definitely, yeah, I will in the next week or two.
Foz, how formidable, just quickly, is that opposition?
Well, it's clear they have quality, but Rivaldo coming to town is just, it's immense, isn't it? I don't know what the tickets will cost for this next game down at Hindmarsh Stadium. There was talk about moving it. I don't think they will, because there's a wonderful atmosphere there. The team's used to it. I think they've got a good home ground advantage there is brilliant. But to me, whatever it costs, it's cheap to go and watch this guy. He's a marvellous player. And don't forget, not only has he scored home and away in the last round to get here, but when he left Greece, which wasn't so long ago, only a month ago, he had two clubs there over the last couple of years. He scored almost one in 2 games in around 50 games. Yeah. So, sorry, 80 games. So he's been on great form in the last couple of years.
All right, Foz, thank you. And Eugene, thank you for joining us from the Adelaide studios. But stay with us now because we're going to talk A-League. Explain to me that victory last night. Didn't start all that convincingly for you, but then there was a bit of attrition, injury attrition for the poor old Jets, and that changed things.
Yeah, the first half wasn't too good on our side of things. We didn't play good football, and in the second half we came out with more urgency, and lucky enough they had well, not lucky on their half, but on our half, that they got a few injuries, and they had to play with 10 men. So that's when we put our foot on the accelerator, and Cristiano popped up with 2 goals, and we were lucky enough to get a win in the end.
Did your guys feel any, particularly the outfield guys, of course, feel any tiredness in the early passages of the game?
Maybe towards the end, but the disappointing thing was that we should have come out all guns blazing. There's no excuse in the first 45 minutes. Maybe towards the end we would have felt a little bit tired and a few cramps and that, but first 45 minutes I think we should have dominated, but it didn't happen that way, and in the end we ended up dominating pretty much in the second half. So, but we got a week off now. We're looking to Central Coast, and the boys can freshen up, and we're looking forward to that game.
How did you see it, Craig, last night's game?
Well, it's very unfortunate for the Jets, wasn't it? It's really sad to see the Griffiths brothers both injured. Joel does have this sort of side to his personality when he occasionally sort of loses the plot, if you like, and it wasn't much of a tackle that he tried to put on Cassio, and he ended up injuring himself, which is really a great shame. The talk is today that perhaps he's done his knee to such an extent that it may even be a season-ending injury. Well, that's very, very sad, not just for the Jets, but for him personally. For them, you know, this game is all about Cristiano, and he's growing at this club. He came here, you know, you've got to consider that they haven't been here even now all that long. He had a very good game the other night in the Champions League, and here he's popped up with 2 goals. Also Alamau turned beautifully in the box there, and so you see...
Made a big contribution to the 2 Brazilian, well, the 3 Brazilian boys really, yeah.
That's right. So for Jets, you know, they're extremely unfortunate to think then that, you know, after those 2 injuries to the Griffiths, and then 2 other boys, Hutchinson and limped off in the second half, ended up playing with 10 men. You know, shocking really.
Eugene, superb display from you again in this game, but what I found interesting was that your coach Aurelio Vidmar responded very well to the when Newcastle lost a player and were down to 10 men. That did not happen a couple of weeks earlier when you were actually beaten by Melbourne, who were down to 10 men.
Yeah, that was very disappointing, the Melbourne game. We should have taken charge, and we should have dominated dominated instead of Melbourne took charge, and they ended up scoring with 10 men. So we were very disappointed losing 3 points, and Vidi did well this week, and yeah, we ended up taking the points.
And Cristiano would be a popular boy in the camp today?
Yeah, definitely. He's a good character around, and the boys like him. So yeah, he's very popular.